Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Hi everyone, I'm Christian, and this is Daniel.
Hi.
And welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
Everybody, welcome. Hi.
Nope.
Were you going to say something? Welcome, everybody. It is January 15, 2025. Welcome to the first show of the new year. It's episode 157. Crazy. To all our friends watching us on Facebook and LinkedIn, if you don't mind sharing this on your page. If you're watching us on YouTube, scroll down, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll let you know every time there's a new show on our pages. And if you're watching us on Instagram, thank you for joining us. Although your comments cannot appear directly on StreamYard, we're keeping an eye on the pages to make sure that we see you. So hello to all of our Instagram friends. Thank you everybody for watching. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. It's a brand new time.
You're muted.
Muted? How am I muted?
What'd you do?
Nothing. I'm not muted.
Can you hear me?
Can you not hear me?
Hold on. Say something.
Hello?
Oh, there you go. Now I can hear you.
That was weird.
You were gone for a minute.
I don't know what was going on. Interesting. Yeah, 2025 people. I say people. To all our no viewers. No, just kidding. Are we on 158? I thought we were closer to 160.
Yeah, we had somebody watching just a minute ago. Oh, okay. I know what it is. I think I'm thinking listening on my phone, not on my.
Yeah, not on your computer.
There you go. There we go. Yes, it was connecting to my phone, not to my.
So you're like, I can't hear him, but he's not muted.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? Okay, let me disconnect from my phone so I can not listen to my phone, and that way I can pay attention over here. Okay, how are we doing, folks? Welcome. It is Monday. It is Wednesday. Who's our first commenter of the year?
Hey,
compadre, ¿cómo estás?
Hey.
That's what I forgot to do. So
hello, Jesse. Hello, compadre. Happy 2025, and you are our first commenting guest on our show for 2025.
Yes.
You'll forever hold that spot now.
You are the number one. We got some pictures. There we go. From Junior and his first haircut.
Oh.
So while we're talking, I'm trying to download this because I forgot to do Junior Minute.
Very, very true. Very true, compadre. Very true.
Hold on, I can't see his comment.
You already know I'm always first.
Número uno, compadre. Número uno.
We're so happy.
So while we're talking, I'm going to download the pictures and show them.
Terrific.
We got a couple of pictures from his first haircut of the year.
Aw. Did he get a butch shave like his compadre here, or a little longer cut like his other compadre?
He got a little mullet.
Like me.
Yes. You have a mini mullet.
I have a mini mullet.
We might not do that. Okay, keep talking while I get my other thing together. I knew I was forgetting something, and I just remember what I forgot.
Woo! Let me tell you, folks. This week, yesterday, I had to be up at like 4 a.m, getting ready to leave my house by 5:15 in the morning to get to dun dun dun, not Paris, but getting all the way out to Lake Elsinore or Wildomar. It's a city like just past Lake Elsinore. I didn't realize I was going to be passing Paris. Like it was like a 3-hour drive. But when you leave that early in the morning, there's like no traffic. But by the time I got closer to the destination, of course, there's some morning traffic starting to show up. But I was doing a reverse commute. Most people are coming in from those areas, and not going out. So luckily, I was there. But oh my gosh, these clients, this school district, the event they were doing, they were so organized, and that's very uncommon. Usually it's pandemonium and you don't know where to park. You're lucky if you find a parking spot that you don't have to walk 10 miles from. These guys were totally organized. I drove up and there's a gentleman in a blue vest. He goes, hello. He goes, are you visiting? Are you teachers? Are you staff? Are you teacher, staff, or guest speaker? And I go, I'm a guest speaker. And he goes, and which company do you represent? And I go, I represent Paper. And he goes, fantastic. He goes, and you're early. That's just wonderful. Hello, comadre. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, we have reserved parking for you. Drive straight back. Talk to the next gentleman in a blue shirt and blue vest, and he'll tell you exactly where you need to park. But that will be the reserved parking for our presenters. And I'm like, ooh, okay. I had a spot right up front, really close to everything. They had a morning breakfast for us from Panera. It was so nice. I was like, oh, you mean I could choose anything? And they go, yes. I go, I could have an everything bagel with cream cheese. And they go, yes. And I could have a coffee. And they go, yes. And they go, and I could have, and they're all shut up and take your food and leave. No, I was just amazed. It was quite an event, and they provided breakfast for all the teachers too. There's like a few hundred teachers there, so it was pretty crazy. But yeah, no, wow. It's good, compadre. It's good stuff, and it's all fresh. They make it in the mornings. But they had a room set up for me. It was already preheated because it was like 10 below zero out there. It was so cold. But the room was like 74 degrees, so it was beautiful when I walked in, and they had a 75-inch computer TV thing in there. They had instructions on how to connect to it and do everything. I already knew how to do that, but it was organized. There's a big sign on the door letting everyone know that it was a paper presentation going on in there, and it was incredible. And then they provided lunch, and they even got me a lunch to go because they knew I had to leave before the final session. So I wasn't going to be able to stay for lunch. So I had a lunch to go. It was so nice. They just really, I felt like first class, like, yes, I liked it. It was nice to be treated like honored guest rather than presenter who's lucky to be here. So it was quite an experience, but it was out there. But the good thing about going all the way out there, I got away from all the smoke and the smoke and the ash and everything. So I ran oh my gosh, and everything's so much cheaper out there. Gas was like $3.89 a gallon. So I filled up there. And then on top of that, I got a car wash for $6.
Oh,
like the super deluxe car wash was only $6 at this AMPM. And it was really cool. So I got the car wash too. So I figured because it was covered, looked like a smoker had smoked a cigarettes over my car for about 3 weeks. It was so bad. But yes, thank you, Lotta. Thank you. It feels so much better to have less hair. And hi, Crystal. Welcome. But yeah, so I went all the way out to BFE, and it was it was long. And then of course the ride home took a little longer because as soon as I got close to LA, it wasn't bad traffic, but it was traffic. And I had to go directly to Brentwood to my school there. And then that poor school I was working at, they're taking on all of these students from the burnt down Pacific Palisades Elementary School. This is the Brentwood Elementary School. So they're taking on all of those students and all of those teachers. And they were just in such chaos. It's been so hard last week and this week have been really tough to be in the schools because you just see them suffering. It's so much, it's just so crazy, so heartbreaking what's going on. And still this week, they're still reeling from the fires. There's still a lot going on. Schools aren't ready to have anyone in yet. And it's tough. And we forget, everyone forgets. Teachers live in these areas too. They may be wealthier areas, but some teachers live in those areas that got burned down.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers not only lost their school they work at, but they also lost their homes and everything they own. So that makes me want to cry. But this has been a tragedy, unparalleled tragedy. Yeah. And I've sent messages of support to all my contacts and telling them, you're not alone. We're there. If you need us, just give us a call. It's pretty incredible, but it is heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking, particularly when the teachers from the Pacific Palisades, a lot of them lived in that area because, it's close to work, and they lost their homes or their apartments, or, they lost everything. Like, what do you wear to work on Monday when all your clothes burnt up?
Yeah.
Or all you could grab was a couple casual things or shorts and t-shirts, Like, I keep thinking, if they had evacuated me here, if the weird things have happened, but if I'd been evacuated, I'm not prepared. Like, I wouldn't know what to throw in the suitcase. I'd pull out my suitcase. Luckily, it's easily accessible, but what would I put in, when you're in a panic, you don't think clearly, like, what am I going to put in my suitcase? What will I need? I know I need underwear. I need socks. But you only can put so many underwear, so many socks, so many clothes in a suitcase and run, like literally run. These people, it wasn't like they had hours or days to think about their evacuation. It was like, you need to leave now. And so they didn't get to grab valuables. They didn't get, like, I think my phone, I'd bring my laptop, but I probably would forget the power cable. It's just like, you have to really think about this stuff. I'd want to bring my laptop, and I bring my little work backpack with me too, and bring my MacBook with me so it doesn't burn up. And I just think, I don't know if I would be able to, just like I don't have an earthquake bag. Like they say, pack a bag. There's like earth standards for what you need to pack in an earthquake bag. Now I have a few gallons of clean water, and I have a bucket in the house. So if we needed to use unpotable water to make the toilet work, or to or just fill it up at the faucet at the hose if it's still working, I have drinking water, and then I have a bucket so we could use non-potable water for the toilet or to shower in or to bathe in. But I'm just like, I keep thinking, I don't think I have enough. Like, I don't have that. Like, I don't have a medical kit ready, like a ready to go medical kit. And this type of stuff, this situation has put me in that position where I'm like, I need to go on Amazon and just start ordering some of this stuff. My old neighbors, they used to have all those rations, not the military ones, but the freeze-dried ones that you could buy like in a preset kit. Like, they say, this is enough food for 2-3 people for 7 days. And it has water and everything else in it, and sterno and the little stove to cook it on and everything if you need that. These little kits, these survival kits, I should have one in my house. I should have that. And so that at the very least, I have food. And if you're with me, we have food, and we have we already have clean water, the bucket, and I think, people don't think about this. Like, do you need a towel? Will you need a couple towels? I mean, it blows my mind. Like, there's so much preparation that I would never be able to do in a panic.
By the way, our Roscoe is watching us on Instagram. Roscoe from Regina. Hey, Roscoe. Roscoe, why am I calling him Roscoe? Ross,
all the way out in Regina.
Out in Regina.
We hope it's nice, a nice dry Regina today.
They're freezing in Regina right now.
It's your Regina's cold.
Regina. It's a frigid Regina right now. So, but yes, to all our friends, and I mean, I have actor friends that live in the areas.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've
I
lost
mean,
everything.
I think it would be hard found to find anyone who lives in who's lived in LA any amount of time, not to know someone who's been affected by these fires.
Yeah, well, our hearts go to everybody, and
And
if anybody's
there's people on my team who were affected.
if anybody's watching that knows somebody, we hope we can bring you a little moment of entertainment in the midst of everything. So
Yep. And what's amazing is how the communities are. You have these gigantic bazaars now being set up in the Rose Bowl and other places that are supplying food and clothing and underwear and toiletries, and it's absolutely breathtaking, the response. And it's not all from rich people, it's not all like, oh, celebrities are doing this and this and this. It's actually just everyday people who are just being charitable and understand how horrible this is.
Yeah.
And some of them have been through it. My parents' house, when it burnt, it's really tough. I know the psychological, like, I've been crying when I watch the news in the morning just to find out what's going on, because I know that feeling. I know that feeling of loss where whatever it was you valued it is completely gone, and you cannot replace it. No amount of insurance or money would replace it.
Yeah. We're coming from Houston from the hurricanes.
Oh yeah.
And also watching people lose everything and things being gone in a matter of seconds. And not to compare somebody that's living in a house, but having lived in Houston for so long and then seeing things that were there, and you drive by and it's like,
yeah, no longer there. Like, there are landmarks that they've shown burnt out that I know from when I've driven through up the PCH. Like, there's a couple famous restaurants that are gone. An antique shop that I used to always see when I drove down the PCH is gone, completely destroyed. And it's kind of amazing. Is it 157 or 158?
keep talking. 158.
Okay. So it's been an experience. And I keep seeing people on TikTok and stuff like, oh, who cares if celebrities lost their home and everything? They're rich, they're staying at the Four Seasons, Beverly Hills in the grand presidential suite while while everything's going on. They're not suffering. Yes, they are. Like, it's really almost cruel to think that just because someone's wealthy, which is they work for it. It's not like Paris didn't. Paris Hilton, that wasn't her primary home anyway. But anyway,
and it's still a bird. They still lost things. It doesn't matter.
But still,
memories are memories.
There's, like I said, there's things you cannot replace. That money will not replace. They have pictures of their children. They have pictures of, these aren't like, it's not like they live in a bubble and oh no. So I just feel bad that people are kind of talking bad about, particularly on TikTok. There's been a lot of
some people people who are financially secure, can they afford? Do they have probably insurance? Well, actually, no. A lot of people in those areas don't have insurance because California.
They stopped insuring people.
Yeah. So a lot of people are not insured for fires.
Yeah, and that is actually what's interesting is there's going to be some lawsuits coming out of that, because you can't. They just said, well, you have too many fires, so we're not going to insure you. You're too high a liability. Yeah. And it's like, you can't do that.
Regardless of you have a modest home or $1 million home, you live there. You create memories.
Your life is there. Your energy is there.
Yeah, and
makes it a home?
Watch it destroyed, whether it's a fire, an earthquake, or a hurricane,
or a landslide, or a flood.
Yeah,
we did it all in California.
Tragedy is tragedy. I don't care what you are.
It doesn't matter how rich you are, because it doesn't change the fact that it's insane and it hurts.
Okay, I'll tell you this.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So there's all these things. Some of our friends have gone out to volunteer. I wish they weren't. I wish they were watching the show, and if they are, I wish they would comment. But some of our mutual friends went out to volunteer at one of the stations, and I really like to know. I mean, as soon as I come back from these trips that I have to go for work, I would like to find somewhere to go volunteer and do my part somehow.
Altadena, there's a school I taught at there. I did some student teaching out there. And the school that I taught at was one of the schools that burnt down. It's gone. I saw the husk of it because it had a tower on one end. It was a very old school. And when I saw that, it just blew me away because I actually know that school. Like I know what it was like. It was a beautiful school. It was really, really one of the older ones in LA. So it's heartbreaking, to see this and to see the chaos that has ensued. And but I am, like I said, faith renewed in people, man, because there are people who've done some pretty amazing stuff. And there's a guy in the neighborhood I saw being interviewed this morning who, was giving right after the fires had gone through their neighborhood. He was blessed. His home was not one of the ones hit. But a lot of his neighbors were, and he was supplying oranges and food and blankets and stuff to his neighbors right away before all these other things started, like at the Rose Bowl and all that. He was doing it individually on his own from his home. He says, yeah, I'm blessed that I can afford to buy these things or give these things away, and that I had the supplies to share. And I just thought that was amazing. That was so heart-wrenching, helping people. And it doesn't matter, again, socioeconomic class does not matter. When you're desperate, when you have nothing, when everything's gone, the feeling's the same. It doesn't matter. And in the immediate moment, no, you're not, you don't have anything. An orange is an amazing treat when you don't have anything at all, when everything was burnt up. It's just incredible. I've been very impressed by all of the amazing people out there.
All right. So good energy to everybody out there. Let's change the energy a little bit. And I couldn't put them in the right place because I forgot to post them, but where are they? Now I can't find them.
Aye. So, folks, what's more? It's been an interesting week so far. Like I said, driving out to Lake Elsinore, I didn't realize I actually passed Paris. Like, I can't get over it. I thought Paris was as far as I've ever driven in the Inland Empire, but no, now I've driven to Windmere, something just past Lake Elsinore. But I have to admit, this school was amazing and so modern. And I'm like, okay, this is some well-funded stuff. Maybe I'm underestimating Lake Elsinore because I thought it would be more like Paris. Paris is much more rural, farmy, agro feeling area, and it kind of smells like cow patties. Lake Elsinore didn't have any of that. It did not smell like cow patties. It did not smell like it was just a beautiful area. The air was clean though, didn't have smoke or soot in it because boy, I wasn't sniffling anymore. My eyes weren't watering. I wasn't coughing anymore. It was beautiful. It was freezing, but it was like I got there at 7:15 and it was probably 48 degrees. It was so cold by California standards.
Sorry, I'm trying to put the pictures together, but somehow they weren't coming up. I tell you, today's one of those days that
I know technology's upset with you. I know what it's like, Every so occasion, energy gets a little off and the electronics get a little squirrely with Daniel. They just don't want to behave. Even his new laptop, I bet, will get an attitude at some point.
It has, I tell you, I don't know what it is. I know what it is. It's me, yeah. But for some reason, it just, things don't want to work the way they're supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
And then last night there was a movement around my apartment. So.
Oh, well, yeah. Folks, it's kind of funny. I used to be a very big, always getting my car. Anytime it needed oil or anything done on it, it would get done. And it's weird now. I keep being hesitant and I'm using my car a lot more. So I need to do proper maintenance on it. It needs a tune-up. I know that for a fact. And it needs an oil change. I'm not desperately need an oil change, but it does need an oil change. It's time. And I keep putting it off. I keep making other things the priority. And it's I need to just put that money aside and have the guy we have mechanics come do it at our house. So we don't actually have to go to a shop, but I need to do that. And then I have a tire I know has a slow leak in it from a screw or something that got into it while I've been driving. And I need to go bring it to a tire shop and get my tire fixed. And but I'm nervous because I noticed that one of my tires is kind of a little cracking, which means it's old, and they always want to replace those. And I can't afford to replace all my tires are super expensive. They're Goodyear sport things. So I mean, if I want to replace them with the same thing, or I could get probably some cheaper off-brand and do it too, but I don't want to compromise my ride or anything. So
We'll have to shop around. Okay, I'm back on track, folks. I'm back on track.
Okay.
Here is 25 minutes into the show.
Yes.
Here is your junior minute.
Look at that little guy.
Look at that. Oh, so adorbs. The first picture is the back. Business up front, party in the back.
Yeah. And he is a huge Spider-Man fan right now.
Yes. Which I'm so disappointed. I still cannot find the Christmas ornament.
No, I think we need to just accept that it's not going to be found. It's not supposed to be found right now.
It's not. It's going to be for.
It'll shop. I guarantee it'll pop up at the weirdest time.
The weirdest moment is going to be
once
somewhere.
we let it go and don't worry about it.
As soon as I pick up and throw away all the mail that accumulated over the holidays.
Oh yeah.
So getting back on track on some of the nationals today. You mentioned it earlier, National Bagel Day.
Mm-hmm.
Like bagels. I'm a jalapeno cheddar bagel fan. Just buy 2 new tires in the front and used in the back. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah, because it's a front-wheel drive car, so I want the good tires up front. Okay. Michael,
sorry.
that's a good idea.
So we have some things from Ross on Instagram. Hopefully our Canadian water bombers are helping you. Yes, Canada is down here helping with the fires. It's like the tornadoes that wipe things out in the blink of an eye. I've been through tornadoes too. What about the musicians that have lost their entire livelihoods in studios that burned down? Yeah, there's a lot of, almost everywhere you go. Crystal. Christian, look for tires on Tire Track. I have a vehicle once that has special tires and the markups. It was ridiculous, and I would order my tires from the rack and then take them to like Midas or similar mechanic shop and have them put on. Yeah. Save money on oil changes, go on Groupon, look for places that change your oil on Groupon. I used to do that. I've seen it worth $35. Yeah, we can find some good places here.
I haven't thought about Groupon since like way back when we were doing it for that sushi place or something in Newport Beach. Like that's the last time I think I thought about Groupon. I forgot that it even existed.
Yeah, there you go. Competitive change oils.
Oh, that's right. I should just get the supplies.
When Christian and I first met, talking about Groupons, never mind.
We were huge into Groupon.
But I would come up to Christian and be like, found a new restaurant. Let's go.
Yeah.
We got a new restaurant. Let's go check it out. But then the lockdown and I stopped. I need to go back on there and find some more goodie stuff. I went to a place today and I was surprised. It was okay. This place had like $4 tacos, $3 tacos. Let me see if I can bring up the tacos. Okay, while we keep talking, I'm going to bring up the tacos. So I went to have the tacos at this new place because I wanted to try something different, and I did. But they have their blue tortilla tacos.
Oh yeah, from Blue Corn.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the salsas was really good, but the other was kind of like it really didn't hit the spot. So I was not completely impressed, which disappoints me because I there's sometimes I want to go to a place and be like super like, you know what I mean? Like you know me. Like I want to go to a taco place and be like, wow, this like wow, like this blew my
Yeah.
mind. But this didn't happen today. And I walked away. The guy that served me was so excited because I was like, it's my first time here. He's like, oh, let me, get this one and get this one. And I was like, okay. But okay, it's coming. It's coming. Would I go back again? I probably would go back again to try some other stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know that, like, anyway, what do you do when you feel like something has been so hyped up and you go and you're excited and then it doesn't meet your standards?
There you go.
Bagel shop that made bagel sandwiches. I like, yeah. Because you're a lot more critical of food than I am sometimes.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I don't like blue corn tortillas for one thing, so blah. They're always they don't seem right to me. Like their texture, it's a texture issue with them. But no, I'm pretty picky. And these days I have to be really careful. I'll tell you, last night I ate a whole little mini bag of potato chips. Like a mini bag, just a little single serving bag. Because I'm on Ozempic, folks, let me tell you, those chips were revisited later on for most of the evening in the most unpleasant way. And it was an interesting experience because I realized you can't eat heavy fatty foods anymore. Like you just can't.
Yeah. And
I can eat a teeny bit, like I can have a chip or two and that's fine. I can't eat a whole single serving bag anymore.
Yeah.
And I have to accept that. Being a food addict, it's hard for me to accept when I can't have a certain food that I've enjoyed most of my life. And so I have a hard time with that change, but I know I'm not going to, what I went through last night, I will not go through again.
You're going to have to change to baked stuff because everything else is greasy.
Well, you know what, crazy enough, what's been working really well is all the vegetable-based stuff, not vegetable-based meat. Gross. I will not eat that. That actually, the soy and all that, it just made me sick one time. And I said, never again. But I do, like I have these protein bars. I didn't realize, but they're veggie based. It's vegetable protein they use, not whey protein or soy protein.
Yeah. Like
they've always agreed with me. Oh, okay, like so those veggie sticks. Those veggie sticks, like the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I can't eat celery anymore. Celery made me sick.
Okay, so here's the place that I went to today.
Yeah, I don't like those tortillas. It looks okay.
The chicken, obviously, the chicken is on the left side, and then the carne asada or the beef is on the right side.
Ooh,
I think the chicken had cabbage, cheese, and crema.
Oh, those.
But it took away. But I wanted to try them, so I had my lactates, and I think that the toppings took away from the chicken. The beef was pretty good, but the green salsa was spicy. Had I put the green salsa on both the tacos, I would have been good. But
you would have loved it.
Yeah. But they had some other. But yeah,
didn't you find that the blue corn fall apart really easy?
It was harder to hold.
Yeah, they're not as flexible. They just aren't.
I'm a gringo tortilla guy.
Yeah, I just no.
Give me that white tortilla.
But yeah, basically, if a place doesn't live up to my standards, I'm like Michael said, I don't go back. I'm like, why go back? It's not like I'm like rolling the dice again. It's not like they're going to suddenly change.
There were some other things on the menu that I was like, I'll come back and try some of the other stuff. It wasn't like out of the way, but it wasn't like easily accessible either. So I don't know. The tacos are not a crispy plate. Not legit. It's the best part.
Yeah.
But yes, bagels. For those of you who have ever been in Texas, and there's one here in California, and I have to go find it. There's a thing called the kolache. A kolache.
Oh, I've heard that name.
You had the kolache.
Oh, I
You
had the
once.
kolache. Oh,
You had
the
it
good old
once.
days. Yeah. I
On,
used
on
to.
our first trip through Houston together, I got you kolache. So it's basically
Well, and
bread.
the kolache
No.
place was really close to the House of Pies because we went to the House of Pies and had a slice of pie afterwards.
Yes.
Ooh, that was
And there's a kolache place here in I think in Orange County.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember we saw an address that was down there for it
So I need to go find it.
because those
There's
kolaches.
also National
I
Strawberry.
like
Ice Cream Day.
strawberry ice cream. I used to like Breyers, but now they changed the recipe. They're no longer like natural like they used to be. Now it's all a bunch of artificial garbage. But I love strawberry ice cream, particularly when it has chunks of real strawberry in there. Ooh.
I kind of like strawberry. My favorite's always vanilla. Just give me plain old, good old French vanilla, and I'm good with that.
But you like the French vanilla, which has eggs in it. That's what makes it a little yellower. It's way richer too. Nice.
Particularly when we get the pan de lote.
Oh yeah.
People, pan de lote with vanilla ice cream and caramel.
It is so good.
Especially in this, because we're still chilly here at nights.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Very
today?
nice.
Today's also National Hat Day. You're not a hat guy.
I'm not. I just, they don't, I have a big head. To be honest, they just don't really work for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Michael. I'll give it another shot. And some places, like, yeah, I like hats. I have my cowboy hat. I was just talking to Nancy, my sister Nancy, and telling her that the hat that I have, the straw hat that I have, I got that when I was like 25, 26.
Wow.
So
just,
I've had it
just a few years ago.
Yes, it's so new. So new. I just got my boots today.
Oh, you got them back?
I got my boots back, which is...
They probably look amazing. They look like new, huh?
Thank you for asking. Hold on a second. I took a picture of them because I was like, y'all look good.
Now, understand, folks, these are not new boots. So
I've had these boots probably 20 years.
Ooh, child.
They've been with me for a long time. They've been to different houses. But this last time they were looking a little tragic.
They're looking like they're on their last legs.
When I go to a new restaurant, I always ask the server what the favorite. Yeah, that's my thing.
But Daniel does that. But what I hate is when they say, I don't know, or I don't really have a favorite dish. That either tells you the food is crap and we should just leave. I don't think servers always understand how important it is for them to have an opinion when someone asks that. Because nowadays, more often than not, Daniel, lately we've had them go, I don't know, or I don't have a favorite dish here. Which tells me like the food is all mediocre or garbage.
I try to ask them now, if I were your best friend and you brought me to eat here, what would you order for me? And that gets a pretty good response. Now I'm taking family dinner to a restaurant that has bingo. We go to dinner at 4:00 in the afternoon. What are you talking about, Michael?
Yeah.
So these are my boots.
A place that's been pretty consistently good for us. Oh my goodness! Look at those old girls. They look great. And how is the bottom? Did they replace the heel and everything?
Yep, they did the whole thing. And did y'all know?
I would have upgraded the heel to like a 3-inch heel.
By the way, they told me today, I did not know this, you should not store leather shoes in plastic bags.
Because it's skin. It can't breathe in a plastic bag.
Yeah, and
it will get hard.
If it gets moisture, it'll ruin them. So
yeah, the mold.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When you buy shoes and then you want to save them the same way, don't put them back in a plastic bag because it'll ruin them. All these years of wearing boots, I did not know that.
That's so cool, and they look fantastic, hon.
I'm ready to wear. I love those because I can wear my baggy jeans and my shirt and my cap. Man,
all his jeans are baggy these days, folks. Let me tell you.
What up? What's up?
What up,
What's up, bro?
Mm-hmm. I know you're not talking to me.
Last time I won 4 games. Walked prize chocolate. Where do you go play bingo, Michael? You need to take us.
Particularly have dinner in bingo?
Bingo,
Whole pies?
tacos and bingo. Now that would be
If it's a homemade pie, I'm all for it. I'll eat any pie that's homemade, as long as the person doesn't have cats.
Unless you're playing at home, but man, I haven't been to bingo in a while. I'd like to go.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me.
Whole pies.
I was going to say the one place that's been pretty consistently good for us has been that buffet that we found in the Baldwin Hills Mall. Yes. I mean, the ribs were superior. They're incredible. Yes. They fall off the bone.
Polly's Pies.
Ooh, Montebello.
That's where you go. That's where you go play bingo and have dinner. Interesting. But I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I know a lot of people still in this time and age look down on it, but I will do Sizzler anytime.
Oh, their meat is good. Their steaks are good. The steaks, I'm sorry, they are flavorful. They're cooked correctly, and they're not $1,000 a plate. It's not Ruth Chris pricing.
And the way that we do it is we get the all you can eat salad bar and our entree, and I usually fill up on salads and side dishes, and then I take everything home.
He loves the little Mexican little place they have there.
Let me tell you, especially the one here by my house on weekends, they have menudo.
Oh, you're in heaven. Yeah.
Except they always put the tortillas in foil and they leave them sitting there. They're nasty, so don't get the tortillas. Yeah. But I get a little salad. I get a little menudo. I do the buffalo wings. I like, for some reason, I like Sizzler spaghetti. I know it's nasty. It has no flavor, but I even like the crunchy tacos there.
Basically just taco shells they got at Safeway.
Yes, and the meat is, who knows?
Ground beef, basically.
But all of the side dishes, a nice little salad, man, that's good. And then I was not a fan for a long time. But recently, because they stopped giving the rolls, that cheese bread.
Oh, the Texas toast is awesome.
That cheese
bread. I don't particularly eat it anymore, but I know it's awesome. I remember I used to eat a lot of it in the old days. And we just get like the 8-ounce steak, not the big one, just a little one. And it's more than enough.
Some shrimps.
Some shrimps.
And a baked potato. But that cheese bread, I bring it home. And then the next morning, I throw it in the air fryer for a little bit. That cheese bread with coffee. Oh, that's right. You could totally do it.
You can make a root beer float. I forget about that. It's right there, too. They're right next to each other. It's like dum-dum. That sounds so good. I'm going to do that next time.
I do the fake banana split thing. Bananas.
And I love their banana pudding that they do.
Because they always have the bananas in that red sauce thing. Yeah. And then you put the ice cream and then you just drizzle. Oh my God. I mean, I would down the lactates for that.
Yeah, I keep saying we ain't that bougie that we're not above eating at Sizzler and enjoying it. We like it. I love the salad bar. That's one of my favorite things because I can make my salad exactly the way I like it. And there is a certain way at Sizzler I make my salad every single time with the exact same things, and I love it. I eat it up.
Which is why I miss the old super salads that we used to go to.
Plantation? Soup Plantation.
Soup Plantation in Texas.
I love Soup Plantation. And now I'm angry. There's like some type of equivalent place that's opened up, but it's all the way in Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah. Well, Martha and I went once, and the line was like an hour and a half long. I was like, I'm good. Like I'll pass on that. You get a baked potato, and go to the salad bar to get.
Oh, exactly. You get the cheap baked potato, and then you just add everything yourself. Because it's all in the salad bar. It's all there.
That's one of the few places where I'll do a loaded potato because I usually like my potatoes with just lemon or lime, salt and pepper, a little bit of spicy. That's it. That's all I like potatoes. But when I go to Sizzler, oh yeah, let's load it up. Like I'm a white boy all over.
Yeah, I do sour cream, green onions. I even add a little bit of their diced ham to it too.
Like right now I'm craving enchiladas. I'm craving gringo enchiladas.
I saw someone on TikTok. Today I saw someone make a very, very super gringo enchilada casserole, and it was very minimal and great. Like it was minimal. It wasn't that difficult. I was like, ooh, I could even do that one.
Yeah, because real enchiladas in Mexico.
What killed me was he said, if you want to make it spicy, you could add a can of those diced jalapenos or diced chilies. Those aren't spicy, folks. They ain't even that doesn't even make your tongue tingle.
Spicy.
That cracked me up. That is definitely a gringo that's telling us that.
Which reminds me, I need to make more salsa. I just ran out of salsa today. So more salsa. But the last batch we made wasn't really spicy. It didn't really.
No, it wasn't. I thought it would get more spicy over time, but it didn't.
You ready?
And I still say it needed more garlic. I know you put a lot in, but we need even more. I'd say double it.
I did. You ready?
He could go for a mole. Ew, you eat moles?
Oh, mole. We go to a good place there.
Oh, yeah. We have a fantastic mole place. Just down the street. Not even 10 minutes away. Okay. My goodness, time has flown. My pick of the week is The Pit. It is a new show starring Noah Wyle as a very broken doctor. He plays the role so well. He has such his character is so nuanced. It's incredible. It's a fantastic show. It's well written. Had a very strong pilot episode. It is one of those shows like I hate that it doesn't update till tomorrow. I don't get a new episode till tomorrow. I hate waiting for episodes. But that's kind of the culture we're in now, the streaming culture. But fantastic show. It's on the Max. So I highly recommend watching it. Fantastic cast. All the characters are deep and well written. Like there's multiple dimensions to them. So I highly recommend The Pit on Max.
I liked it. Well, first of all, I love Noah Wyle as a doctor.
Okay.
I think he should get a degree by now with all the doctors he's played in his career. What I didn't like was the memories of being in an emergency room.
Oh, well, yeah, for you, that's a trigger for sure.
I was like, I wasn't like turned away from it. I was like, oh my God.
No, but this show was really real. Like, remember over here near me when you were there and we saw the people moaning and screaming in the hallway? Or we could hear them. I saw them. You didn't see them. You were in a bed, but we could hear them.
I was dying, so I had other things on my mind.
Yeah, but exactly. He really was, folks. But we could hear them. We could hear them moaning and crying out for help, saying, "Help, help! I need medicine. I'm hurting." It was horrible. And this show, that is exactly what's happening in this The Pit. It's in Pittsburgh. It's a ER in Pittsburgh.
And let us add to this that not everybody that was yelling and moaning was still there.
Yeah. Yes.
That's for another show. But not everybody that we could hear moaning and groaning was still there.
Oh, so, when we were actually in the emergency room ourselves, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was for us. It was probably much noisier than some other folks that are there.
Yeah. So
because we did. I think you said something to the nurse, and she goes, "Oh, I don't hear that many people," and we're like, "Oh."
Yeah. Well, there was before I say my pick of the week, there was a moment where we were talking and I was like, who is the woman next to me that keeps crying? And the first nurse finally told us, like, no, there was a woman that died a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
And as soon as we acknowledge it, that's when you saw her walk by and leave.
Yeah. She walked by our little curtained area.
And then I was like, that's all she wanted, to be acknowledged.
She just wanted someone to say she died here.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that it would be sad to go unacknowledged like that. Like you're just it's just another death, whatever. That
My pick of the week is I've got two actually for you guys this week, and they're both documentaries, and that's why I picked two. The first one is it's an Amazon Prime, so it's Music Box Yacht Rock, a documentary. Get it? Because it's a doc, but it's kind of where the concept of yacht rock started, and I have been a fan of yacht rock since the 80s, since it started. I remember listening to the music, and once you see the documentary, you recognize some of the songs. You start learning like who was behind the songs, who wrote them, how tight knit this group of musicians were, and you realize like who participated with who on what song, and who did backgrounds, and who played guitars, and how. And I cried that day. Let me tell you, the songs took me down some like off-road memory lanes that I was like, oh wow, I remember where I was when that song came out. Like I remember being a teenager, I remember being a young adult, and like people that I dated and how I related songs to them. It's a really cool documentary, and plus you basically listen to music the whole time, so it's really interesting to listen. Then we're gonna go 180 to the other one, and this is the Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action, and this is on Netflix. And this is how like we all know the story of Jerry Springer and how he went from politician to the TV show back to politics. But this gives you a more inside view on the people, the producers, some of the people that were guests. I basically like a bird's eye view into how it all worked out, how they managed to make Jerry Springer. And if you remember Jerry Springer in the beginning, and then you remember Jerry Springer at the end, that was a 180 turn of the show. But it's such an interesting, I was a huge fan of the early Jerry Springer, not so much the later fighting ones, but the beginning ones. Let me bring Christian back on so we can talk about this. But I enjoyed the early Jerry Springer, not the latter Jerry Springer. But what's your pick of the week? Tell us what you're watching this weekend. Versus if you Mikey Sports Corner, it was Wild Card Wednesday. So it was that Rams relocated the games to Phoenix. There's a bus with the Japanese pitcher saying, looks like with Dodgers, Padres, or Blue Jays. The sweepstakes signing by one of the teams will give them an edge for the new season. Oh, and Mikey Sports Corner. Sorry, I was like Mikey Sports. Yes, Mikey is our sports.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Michael.
We give him a name.
He's our sports commentator.
Get sports commentator. Thank you. Yes. So, but what are y'all watching? What's on your queue? What are you looking to see next? There's a lot of good documentaries out right now on Netflix.
Yeah. A lot of documentary. There's even another Aaron Hernandez thing, but it's talking about not just Aaron, but these other two guys that he was on the high school football team with, who also murdered people and got caught. And I think all three of them are all dead. But it's like this new one is actually examining what was going on at that high school, that they put these three professional athletes out who killed people.
Yeah.
Some,
and I think
more than one person.
I think it also goes a little deeper into his sexuality in this new one.
Yeah. It's amazing how not living your truth can really destroy you psychologically.
Before we run out of time, I want to acknowledge our friend Martha, who wanted us to do some new vision boards. So here's my vision board.
And they are awesome.
Here's something that I wanted to share because we all did it. Where is it? Oh, so here, this one. If you do a vision board and you haven't done one in a while and you want to do it, this is Martha's idea. And this is why I wanted to show it. This is corkboard. I had never put corkboard on a vision board before, which I thought was genius because here's the little pins right there.
Yeah.
Am I touching them? Yeah, here's the pins.
And
if something comes to mind, if you're like, oh, I need to do this to get to one of my visions, like you can just put it on here.
And it doesn't have to be permanent.
You don't have to wait. And once you like jump over that hurdle, gets you closer to your vision. Just to give you like, I put Hollywood on here, script, travels, and I do want to be the greatest of all time. And what? I don't know yet, but I will be. I will be a goat at some point. I'm almost a Billy Goat with this thing going on right here. But it was a great idea. Thank you, Martha, if you're watching, for bringing up us doing a vision board. It was great. We had a really nice Sunday, and
We did.
And then we don't work for Domino's, and we're not sponsored by Domino's. But if you know WA Domino's, let them know. We ordered Domino's. We ordered 3 medium pizzas, pasta, and it was not expensive. It was like $50 for the 3 of us with delivery. And if you guys haven't had Domino's in a while, give it a shot. It's really
not as bad as it used to be. It's not carb.
No, they're really good. All right, you ready?
I am. I do spiritual coaching and mediumship consultation. I use my my guiding spirit, my main guiding spirit, which is my grandfather. He guides me and forwards messages from my clients' their guardians, in order to help guide them through their lives. It is a form of spiritual life coaching. Give me a call. I do one-on-one groups, in person and virtual.
Also, I have my alignment. This is the transpersonal coaching. It helps you break down barriers. We identify them, acknowledge them, and remove. One-on-ones, groups, team building workshops, and in person. And I just created this one for anybody who's interested in what I do, all my services, card readings, Reiki sessions, spiritual coaching, life coaching, groups, workshops, and corporate events. Don't forget that on Mondays, we have the Crab and Goat Show with Richard Wayne Kilgo II and myself. It's a 90-minute show with spiritual messages, alignment sessions, and card readings. All you got to do is show up and participate. Every Wednesday is the Christian and Dennis Show. Join us, put it on your calendar, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bring your friends so we can all chat. On Saturdays, let's put it together live stream on 10 o'clock a.m. And remember, all these shows are lives. I will be off for the next 3 weeks because I'm traveling for work again. So I will be away until February. But we got some great shows coming up in February, so make sure that you follow us up. My new job is with Chicky Charities, where we aim to create a safe and inclusive space for LGBTQ plus individuals who are going through colorectal and anal cancer. For more information, visit chickycharities.org. And that is my work number, so make sure if you want to reach out. And don't forget that we've got Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game. If you're in the Orange County area at Awakenings and Vision and Dreams, you can pick up a copy there, or go to littlemexicansproductions.com, find the Grumpy Bunny tab, and get your own book. These are $20 online, but you get them signed, delivered, and a collector's item, pin, and sticker that you can only get by ordering them online. So I hope you took notes. Go back and listen to all these messages if you did not. But if you're looking to reset your energy right now for the new year, this is a perfect time to set those set manifestations, set your vision boards. Through alignment, the alignment workshop, which is normally $175 for the session, I'm giving out a discount just January. You got to book this in January for $100. So if you are looking to do an alignment session, which takes about an hour and a half, I'm giving y'all a January special that you can get. So just go to the website and fill out the contact information, and I'll reach out to you. Or message me here, wherever you're watching, and let me know that you're interested in an alignment session. So this is only for the alignment session. It's 90 minutes for $100, and we'll center your energy. What else? What else we got? That's it?
Yeah.
What was I going to say? We are being, before we go, we are being highlighted. For those of you that follow us, I did a video shoot last year for Vida Real. Is it Vida Real? Real. Anyway, so I did an HIV special video, and in the end of the video, you see Christian pop up for a little bit. Well, they liked him so much, then they've now created a couples series, and we were asked to be part of the first group of people advocates. So we're basically coming on to talk about how me living with HIV affects the relationship and how it's affected Christian over these years. So we'll let you know more once the story is recorded. And maybe next week I'll bring you the link to the show that we did before. And
That'd be great.
we had this really cool little walk scene. We're not very touchy-feely when we're out in person.
No. We're not big PDA people.
Yeah, but for the video we did. So y'all know the secret. All right, folks. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.